Oh, you got me?
Yeah, I got you loud and clear.
Same?
It's a little muffled sounding.
Yeah.
Check. It might just be the radio.
Okay. All right, avionics coming on. So we're going to turn the GPS on.
And it's going to be power button right there on these new ones.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, this
all right, we're squawking 1200. It's on ALT, and this is initializing.
Okay.
All right, clutch light. We're waiting for that to go out, and we can go into warming up the RPM. All right, clutch lights out. RPM coming up to 70, 75. Watching the RPM gauge. Stabilize 70 to 75. Look at map chart, we're checking. We're at 20 degrees C and sea level looking over your head. Looks like 22.6, I think that says.
I agree.
So 22.6 and 23.5. 22.6, 23.5. All right, engine gauges, amps are neutral, oil pressure is a little on the high end, probably because it was cold soaked from this morning, so we'll just monitor that. We're at just under 3/4 in each tank. Oil temp is slowly coming up, cylinder head temp is also still coming up. Carb heat's out of the orange, everything else is static and appropriate. All right, looks like we're initializing. We got satellites. All right, mag drop, 75%. We're already stabilized, 75%. So watching the RPM gauge, I'm going to go over to right, 1 1000, 2 1000, back to both. No more than 7% drop. And going to left, 1 1000, 2 1000, back to both. And both
make sure on this, especially with the students, is it's critical that they do that count. Because when they try to guess the right one, they'll go to off, and you can actually damage the magnetos. That could cause a failure while you're flying.
And my understanding is if they accidentally do go to off, as long as it's immediate, back to both.
Yeah, get it back.
Okay.
Yeah. So if the engine completely dies with an off, it's real bad for the mags.
Okay, it's just like a hard shutdown.
Yeah, it damages them in the same way that an engine overspeed does. So keep that in mind.
Okay, makes sense. All right, doors, verify close and latch. Mine is latched. You'll get yours. I'm going to keep my vent open. I think it should be better once we're underway.
Yeah, for sure.
Carb heat check. Here we're looking for an increase in carb temp and a decrease in RPM, so it's identified and going up. And there's a slow rise on carb heat and a decrease in RPM. Carb heat's going off. All right, sprag clutch check, it's 75%, so we are stabilized at 75%. We're looking for the needles to split to verify the clutch is working. So I'm on the pedals, focused inside and outside, and the clutch is adjusting now. Okay.
Don't do that. Yeah, don't go above 80 because the governor.
No, I didn't even manipulate it.
Okay, well it was creeping up. You were adding a little bit of pressure to it, and the governor took it, and then I rolled it off.
I wasn't sure if you were manipulating the throttle.
No, I was guarding it to watch it.
Got it. Okay.
That's why you have to be very careful. I mean, you were rolling it maybe subconsciously a little bit, but I wasn't touching the throttle. But as soon as the governor grabbed it, I stopped it. So let's bring it. Let's come back up to
coming up to 75.
We'll try that again.
All right, we're stabilized 75. I'm on all the controls, sprag clutch check, going to idle, and the needles split.
Yep.
All right, coming back up to 75.
You're good, just leave it all the way down. Remember, the purpose of 75 is to warm up, so we're not doing these checks till we're warmed up. So just when you split them, just leave it down below 60, and that way you can make sure that you're all good on the radios and all that stuff.
Got it. All right, so this is a point in time where you're coming back to the radios too.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So make sure that if we can check the ATIS before we take off.
Yep.
Runway 17 in use. Advise contact. You have information Echo. Nevada Tower, mission Echo. Time 16520. Wind 200 at 4. Weather band 5005. Temperature 12. Dew point -06. Altimeter 3020. Runway 17 in use. Advise contact. You have information Echo. Nevada Tower, mission
200, 3020.
All right, so shift a little more to the south.
Yeah, that works out for us. We'll still use 16.
Okay.
All right, so we're back on the checklist. So avionics are all set. I put us up direct to Echo 70.
Okay.
Doors are still verified latched. Cyclic electric friction is off. All right, frictions are off. Throttle coming up to, I'm going to put the checklist away.
All right, I agree.
Throttle coming up to 80%.
Your landing light was on.
I must have nudged it. All right, Governor's got it. Stabilize 102 to 104. All right, we're going to do the low RPM check. So I'm going to increase collective and slight reduction in the throttle. And at 97%, we'll get the light in the horn. There it is, collective full down. And the Governor's got it.
All right.
All right, before takeoff check. Lights are all out. Gauges are all in the green. RPM stabilized. Oil pressure is still high. We'll continue to keep an eye on it.
And on the collective, please. There you go.
And we're three-quarter. Avionics are set. Carb heat's off. We're clear left. We got an aircraft off our left side. Looks like doing a maintenance run.
Okay.
And clear on the right. Clear forward. We'll just be cognizant of rotor wash on those coolers too.
Sure.
Blowing them into the aircraft. So what I'll probably do is picking up out of here, do a lateral slide to the left and then a left pedal turn, just to avoid him and avoid getting near those coolers too.
That's good.
All right, we're up on the radios. Hubert traffic, helicopter 271 Sierra Hotel is departing parking for runway 16. Hubert. Coming up, we're focused outside. Slow increase on the collective. CG and flight controls feel normal. All right, focus left. I'm going to slide left. We're clear of any obstacles. And left pedal turn around. And the active's clear. Alright, got to stabilize then a 3-foot hover. Pulling about 22, so that confirms our weight and balance and our perf chart. Then we'll do a normal takeoff, return for a shallow run-on landing.
Okay.
Hubert traffic, helicopter 271 Sierra Hotel is takeoff, runway 16, remain right closed, Hubert. All right, before takeoff, still good, I'm on the go. All right, looking for 40 knots, 40-45 to initiate our climb out. There it is, increase collective, maintain our airspeed, climb out at 60.
Our air conditioner on.
Yeah. What's different with doors on, it changes your arm angle on the collective.
Yeah, you know, on the CFI side, it's a little tricky. It's especially with like hoverados and stuff.
Yeah.
Not super great.
All right, there's 900, 300 AGL. We're clear right and turning right.
All right.
Going to continue to climb 60 and shoot for 500 feet per minute. All right, there's 1,100 feet. Clear left and right, turn right. And we want 1,100 feet and 70 knots. Hubert traffic, helicopter 271 Sierra Hotel is right downwind for 16, Hubert. Before landing check, lights, RPM, gauges are all green, that oil pressure is finally coming down. We're 3/4 and almost a half. Avionics, carb heat, please identify, turn it on please.
Okay.
Up.
There you go, so yeah, turn on, make sure it's identify and raise.
Identify and raise. All right, this will be a shallow approach to a run-on landing, not going to touch down. We'll terminate to a hover.
Okay.
Just to simulate the approach.
So instead of terminating to hover, what we'll do is we'll just keep whatever speed we would touch down, and we'll just hold that, and then we'll just transition right into forward flight to take off again.
Got it.
Right traffic.
Okay. Understood. All right, so make that turn from downwind to base. We're looking for the 45-degree angle on our right rear.
Okay.
And we're going to lead with collective. As soon as we got that angle, which we do, we're going to reduce collective.
Longer just so we don't overfly this guy's house on the base there.
Fair enough. That's a nice house, too.
Yeah. There we go. That's really good.
All right, I'm going to reduce collective and apply a right cyclic.
Especially for the run-on, kind of extend the downwind a little bit because you have to be a little shallower, right? So make sure we maintain that speed all the way through the base, 60 knots.
All right.
50 traffic, Navy King Air 43, we're currently 12 miles.
All right, sure. We're shooting for 900 on base. Cuba traffic helicopter 271 Sierra Hotel is right base, runway 16, slow approach. Cuba.
I probably would have made a final call at that point. You're pretty much at the end of the base because we're turning final, right? So.
All right, so I run on landing.
Okay.
So shallow approach, 3 to 5 degrees. We're going to intercept that angle now and begin descending to intercept that. I'm going to, my anticipated touchdown point will be a beam, that fixed wing twin aircraft, multi-engine aircraft.
All right, let's make it. You see the light-colored driveway?
Yes.
Yeah, let's make it that right at that point.
Understood.
That'll be easier to identify.
All right, so the goal of the run on landing is to touch down at a speed at or above ETL in a 3 to 5 degree approach angle.
Okay.
And it's in order to maintain directional control. Or if you're in a power limited environment, such as you're heavy, it's hot, you're high.
Sure.
All right, we've intercepted the angle now. We're clear of the wires here.
Repeat. So we're going to try and limit ourselves to about 20 inches manifold pressure. Make sure to remind the student to push that curve feed in on that short final.
Yep. We're shooting for about 100 feet per minute and 10 knots at the touchdown, and that's just to minimize wear and tear on these aircraft. We're right on the edge of ETL. You can feel the shutter. We're about 100 feet per minute.
Keep it straight. Keep it straight. A little bit of right pedal. There you go. Keep coming down. You got it. Keep coming down. Forward speed, and then remember right before we touch down, a little bit of forward cyclic.
Yep.
There you go. All right, go ahead, take off right traffic.
Cuba traffic helicopter 271 Sierra Hotel is takeoff runway 16, remain right close, Hubert. See that little bird?
Yeah.
Oh, there's 45 knots. Increasing collective.
Quick stop.
Quick stop. All right, forward and down, forward and down.
Very good. Continue with the takeoff.
All right, continuing.
The things to watch for a student on quick stop is, rapid at, pointing up like 20-degree nose up type of attitude.
Right.
Unable to control yaw because they're looking inside. Because really, a quick stop is pretty much primarily you're only looking outside maneuver, right?
Right.
So, or sinking down too much, and you can tell when they're lowering too much collective because that core opening, right? It's just bogging against the governor. So try to give them a point like, hey, focus on the horizon, keep the dashes under the horizon, type deal.
Got a bird left high.
Okay, should be no factor. All right, so coming around steep approach to
confined area.
Yep, you got it.
What do you reference that as?
As far as, what do you mean?
As far as the airfield, clear right, turning right?
I say, we can wait till we're on final.
T-hangar area?
Yeah, no, just say you're in a right downwind for 16.
Okay.
Once we turn final, say we're final 16, going to be landing northwest T-hangars.
Understood.
Parallel the runway or something like that, so. Yeah, we don't really need to get too crazy into it till we're about to do it.
Right.
Because, for up until we're on final, we're doing a normal pattern, right?
Right. All right, so normal pattern again, getting established in downwind. We're 1,100 feet. We're going to accelerate to 70 knots. And this will be a steep approach into the confined area of being the T-hangars. Hubert traffic helicopter 271 Sierra Hotel is right downwind for 16, Hubert. And for landing check, lights are out, RPM stabilized, gauges are all in the green, avionics are set. Carb heat, identify on, please.
Okay.
It's
Identify
on.
And raise, right?
Identify and raise. Got a bird about 11 o'clock our level.
Let's go up, not down.
Yep.
There you go. Remember, his natural desire is to go down, so don't go down to meet him, because that's where he's going. He's not going to go up. All right, we'll keep our speed, just keep it going. Let's go to the same spot about the crack house area.
Fly over them, not the rich guy.
That's exactly right, yeah.
Good. We're going to roll on, lower.
All right, so good. You got roll on, lower, but you gave forward, right? So
roll on, lower, aft. Low rotor RPM.
Yeah, so make sure to simultaneously, right?
Yep.
All right, let's get back into the flying the aircraft. And then that's the one thing, and students will do that too, is they'll keep that collective at a low setting, right? But it's like, hey, you got to get airspeed back, because if there's a problem, you need that.
All right, we're clear right, turn right. I'm going to initiate a descent.
All right, keep that 60 knots. You've been slowing down on the base. Keep in mind, we're getting into like that kind of tailwindish, what is it, the southwest wind, right?
All right, winds were 200, so we'll still do the same landing plan as briefed. We're clear along the left, and I'll get a final call here.
All right.
All right, we're 960. We'll be landing abeam the T-hangar area, steep approach. Cuba traffic, helicopter 271, Sierra Hotel is final runway 16, landing abeam the T-hangars in the grass. Hubert. All right, so steep approach, we're looking at the touchdown point to be at around the compass heading indicator, and we're going to shoot our approach to the forward 1/3 of the intended area.
Okay. I probably, with the 200 from this side, I'd probably try and keep it closer to that side, because we want to get close to the poles as possible without overflying the T-hangars there. There you go. So you I would just stay on final a little bit longer next time, and then just turn over.
I'm going to initiate the approach. We got that steep approach angle.
Okay.
We're focused outside. I'm going to continue forward and down, and progressively maintain that rate of descent and reduce forward airspeed. So when we arrive at the intended touchdown point,
you're on an approach angle that's going to take you dangerously close to those wires right now, so you probably want to hold off on your descent, right? And this is why we want to avoid this coming too close to the middle, because we could get distracted and forget that they're there. So there now we can kind of continue in. We're over the obstacle.
We feel the shudder of ETL. With a slight headwind. Got some birds on final.
Okay.
No factor. We see no other hazards. Car heat, identify and down, please.
Okay, fine down.
That gives us extra power. And we will terminate this to a 3-foot hover.
Okay, and let's go ahead and do all steep approaches to a no hover approach.
Okay, to the ground.
And the reason to simulate, reducing likelihood of a brownout situation, coming into a steep approach in a ranch or something like that. So it's kind of a good practice that we do.
Okay.
All right, let's do a slope.
Okay. All right, before takeoff, lights, RPM, gauges are all green. Avionics, carb heat, identify and down, please.
Down.
Before takeoff, skill, we're clear left, clear right, clear in front.
Okay.
All right, we'll do a slope into the wind. This will be a left skid up slope.
Right.
So raise and collective to take off. Focused outside, 2-step pickup. All right, tail clear right, coming right slightly.
Okay.
We're going to approach our slopes from a 45-degree angle, so the slope right out my front.
So I want you to point at it, so try not to strafe over to it.
Yep.
There you go.
And the only reason I did that was because of the fence.
Okay.
We're going to come straight at it. Once we're established over the slope, I'm going to apply right pedal, and we're going to get in line with the slope and into the wind. Now I've got my reference point, roughly those bushes, straight ahead. Now I'm going to reduce collective to start a descent and wait for that left skid to contact the ground. And as it does, I'm going to apply left cyclic into the slope. I'm going to lower, left, lower, left. Now I'm maintaining our balance here with the cyclic. You can feel that. I'm going to continue, lower, left, lower, left. About 18%, I'm going, or 18 manifold pressure.
Inches, yeah.
I'm going to inches, thank you. I'm going to move the cyclic, move the pedals, just to assure we are stable and we don't slide.
Okay.
But once I'm confident of that, I'm going to continue to lower, left, lower, and left. So the collective is full down and we're stable on the slope. All right, now I'm going to return the cyclic to a neutral position.
Okay.
And controls are all neutral, we're stable.
All right.
Now to pick up, we'll do a before takeoff check. Lights are out, RPM stabilized, gauges are all green. Carb heat, identify and off. and I'm focused outside. So I'm going to apply left cyclic into the slope, and then slowly I'm going to raise collective and apply left pedal. Focused outside, and wait for that right skid to break ground, to raise. Slow and smooth. Now we're balanced. You can feel it. Now I'm going to gradually increase collective, increase left pedal, and lift the aircraft smoothly off the ground.
In theory, right?
Smoothly, yeah.
So we just had a lot of aft cycling. So be aware of that forward to aft.
Yep.
So
apply a little bit more slowly and smoothly.
Yeah, exactly. And to focus on the, keeping it this way, which we didn't really go that way, but we can't forget about that. So it was good, except for the only thing on the touchdown, the last bit, we kind of were a little bit behind on the cyclic input.
A little bit of rolling motion.
Yeah. So and we kind of slid just a little bit. So just try and keep lower left, and stay ahead of it with the cyclic to where we got more of that cyclic in. And we can stay level and keep lowering collective and stay level, and that way we can bring it down a lot easier, a lot controlled. Okay.
Now to exit the slope, I'm going to look forward and right, and we're going to move forward and right, not turning our tail into the slope. And then once we're clear of the slope, we can look left, and we can position our tail.
Okay, so let's do a left pedal turn 180.
All right, tail clear left.
Left. Don't turn your tail.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right, tail clear right. Coming around.
So big thing, especially with Matt, don't ever turn the tail. Even in this turn, don't turn it towards the slope.
Understood.
So we're plenty distance away from that fence. So let's go to the end of our runway here.
Okay.
We'll turn around and we'll take off.
Got it.
We'll
All right, so this
will 2,000.
This will be a max performance takeoff. So we got limited wind, and we're heavy in the beginning of the flight. So we're going to use that max 5-minute takeoff power, which was 23.5.
Okay.
It'll be coming right.
Okay.
Go clear right, coming right. And we'll set the aircraft down on the ground in order to take maximum advantage of in-ground effect and inertia. All right, mini slope. Okay, before takeoff, lights are out, RPM stabilized, gauges are all in the green, avionics are set. Carb heat identified in, please, or down?
Down, okay.
Up and down, yep.
Yeah.
Before takeoff is set, we're clear left, right, and in front. So our obstacles are simulated as that shed with the tractor. We'll simulate that those are 50-foot obstacles. This is essentially an altitude over airspeed takeoff where as we lift up, it'll be a smooth progressive increase in the collective with slight forward cyclic, almost a level attitude, up to 23.5, our maximum 5-minute takeoff. And then we'll maintain the aircraft in line with the takeoff direction on takeoff, and then aerodynamically trim once we're clear of the obstacles or 50 feet.
Okay. Yeah, so it's altitude over airspeed until we clear the obstacle, then it's airspeed over altitude.
Yes, right. Resume normal takeoff.
Yep. All right.
Cuba traffic, helicopter 271, Sierra Hotel is takeoff of beam runway 16. We'll be departing to the west. Cuba. Right, I'm focused outside. I'm increasing that collective, applying left pedal. It's a mini slope. Right, we're coming clear of the ground. Applying that max takeoff power, 23.5. There it is. Focused outside, level attitude, airspeed building. There's 35 knots. There's 40. We're clear of the obstacles, and we'll resume normal climb. Push forward cyclic. Our manifold pressure is coming down, and we're clear of all the obstacles, and we go aerodynamically trim.
Okay. All right, we'll keep climbing to 2,000.
Climbing to 2,000. You want to do it like a 220 departure?
Yeah.
Roughly that water tower, 220?
Yeah, that'll work.
Okay. Over 900.
Because this field is kind of generally where I wanted to be over anyways.
Understood.
Let's see if I don't think Charlie Brown will be up today, but let me give him a shout real quick. 12297 is their frequency. Charlie Brown, helicopter 271 Sierra Hotel.
What's Charlie Brown?
The Air Force Auxiliary right there.
Oh, okay.
The T-38s and stuff. So if anytime you're around here at 2,000 feet, you got to watch out for a T-38 going about 330 knots.
Got it.
Crashing into. All right. As I suspected, I don't think they're going to be up probably this week. But Monday through Friday, sunrise, sunset is the time that they're open. So always keep your head on a swivel with those guys.
Okay.
we'll go to that interchange and then make our way this way with a tailwind.
Okay, understood. Simulate or demonstrate settling with power.
Sure. And then so we'll do the normal recovery, then we'll walk through the Bouchard recovery a little bit. So remember the Bouchard, again, the focus is to not necessarily stomp on that left pedal, it's just to move laterally outside of that, that column of disturbed air that's coming down.
I was pretty happy how I demonstrated it the other day. It was, even Irvy was like, oh wow. But we'll see if I can replicate that.
Sure. Yeah.
May have been like a snowflake. Coming up on 2000.
Okay.
We're going to lower collective and forward cyclic.
All right, so we'll do kind of, and let's just maintain to make sure we're diving down a little bit. We're not in a hurry. Let's just hold about 60 knots.
Okay.
And let's
accelerate.
We're descending, so let's maintain our altitude, please.
A little bit of a scud layer over to the right.
Yeah. So we're going to kind of look left, middle, right, and then we'll just do a 180, and then we'll clear.
All right, so prior to the maneuver, do some clearing turns.
You got it, yeah.
All right, so we'll execute some clearing turns. We'll clear left.
Cuber traffic helicopter 2710, tail is 2 miles west, 2000, maneuvering slow flight. Cuber.
And the purpose of clearing turns are just to clear the airspace for anything else that could hurt us and to make us more easily visible to other aircraft.
Keep going, all the way. Yeah, just go all the way around 180.
Just a 360? Okay.
Yeah, so you don't need to do a 360 because you're looking 180 before you even turn, right?
True.
So, and because I wanted to make it tight because I want to stay over here.
I understood. Understand.
Because we're going to be, if the wind's 200, we're going to be about, what is that, 0?
That works.
4 or so, 040. All right, so let's start slowing down. We'll point at Huber.
Understood.
Airbeat's already up. Make sure to do that before we do this maneuver as well.
Because you're going below 18, we already are.
Yeah. All right, so.
All right, we're slowing back. We're approximately 200.
Okay.
We've got a forced landing area in sight.
Okay, got plenty of ways to go here.
All right, so to get into settling of power, we got 3 conditions. We got low forward airspeed, high rate of descent above 300 foot per minute, and power applied between 20 and 100%.
Okay.
So what we're going to do is we're going to continue to slow back. You see that airspeed about 35. We'll get less than ETL, which is 16 knots at the minimum. All right, we're coming up on the edge of ETL, and you see we have a descent end too. It's about 300 feet now.
Okay.
Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to exaggerate this. I'm going to reduce collective. And we see 500 feet per minute. I'm going to reduce collective. And we'll feel a vibration and have uncommanded pitch, roll, and yaw. There's 1,000 feet per minute. All right, now I'm going to apply power and worsen it. There it is. All right, to get out of it, I'm going to reduce collective and apply forward cyclic. Increase our airspeed. Here's 20 knots. There's 30 knots.
We'll climb out left, just get away from the runway.
And clear left, climbing out left.
There you go.
And we're going to level that VSI.
All right.
That is settling with power.
Okay, good. So one thing, so I know in Irvy demos that he starts the descent before he comes to a stop. Here, let's keep turning out left.
Clear left
get back over there. Yeah. I like to come almost to an Ogie hover before I initiate a descent, and that does 2 things. For one, it ensures that you really get into it, pretty seriously. But also, if the student can't maintain a heading in an OG hover, they won't be able to maintain control of it once they do lower that and go to recover. So, I like to get them used to that feeling of holding that hover.
I think it's important to get it fully developed in order to feel it.
Exactly.
That shutter.
Yeah. So let's you can keep the speed up. You got plenty of power. I don't want to. So we hit 2,000 initiated, and you really waited about 1,600 feet to fully get into it. So let's just try to get into it while we still have that altitude. Just try not to sink down too much before we recover. So this one, we're going to attempt to maintain a 0 VSI until the airspeed pretty much falls out and the trim strings go flat.
Got it.
That one's fine. I like that one for introing the maneuver and making it not so scary. But when we're really talking about settling into that downwash, let's get it to that calm straight down instead of getting pushed back a little bit. So all right, 2,000. Because you're like, there it is. As you raise collective, the VSI started to come up. So it wasn't truly like, and with the light wind, it's not going to be super crazy. So, all right. Clear left, center, right. Let's do a right turn back to Huber.
Clear right, turn right.
Keep it about 60 knots. Keep it kind of tight. Checking car beat all the way up. All right, so for this one, let's maintain 0 VSI as we slow.
Okay.
Also a little easier to get into that way if you just kind of keep the VSI at 0. All right, leveled out.
All right, slowing back. We're 2,000. Got Huber in sights. Got a tailwind about 220. 200.
Okay, looks good. All right, perfect. Keep that VSI 0 down. So make sure we're racing collective as we're coming into that OG hover. There we go. Oh, we're going to get into it now. Okay, so.
Oh, there we go. We're essentially a 2,000 foot.
There's the trim strings right there. So now let's lower to initiate that.
We're initiating it. We have a 200 foot, 300 foot. Now I'm going to increase collective to exacerbate it.
There you go. All right, now recover.
All right, we're going to lower forward, build up our airspeed. Here comes our airspeed's alive. Increase collective, 0 the VSI out.
So you see how much more developed that actually gets.
And we only lost 150 feet.
Exactly, right? So, you know, things to watch out for, though. If you're doing that, be careful if it's like 15, 20 knots, right? Because the student's going to have a hard time. Let's keep that left turn go. Let's go back. Let's do the Bichard one.
Clear around left.
Clear to the right. The student's going to have a hard time. Let's raise collective a little bit more. We got some more available power for us. There we go. Maintaining come aft just to keep climbing. You know, with a 20 knot tailwind in OG hover, they're going to have a hard time maintaining that heading. So maybe in a high wind day, that'd be better to do the just kind of ease into it with the forward momentum.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, if you really want to practice and actually see, because you know, on that one, we were at 500 feet per minute and you raised, and it didn't go anywhere as far as, you know, going up.
It's a fun maneuver to play around with.
It is, yeah.
And I'll be honest, the Army doesn't do that at all.
Yeah.
No demonstration.
Really?
You just talk about it.
Shit.
Which blew my mind. Because it's so easy.
Because, yeah, doesn't the Blackhawk get into it pretty easily?
All of them.
All of them do?
Yeah, yeah.
Because the weight's so high, too, right?
Yeah.
Huber traffic helicopter 10 tail is 2 miles west, 2,000, slow from light, maneuvering Huber. All right, so.
All right, everything's good. Car beat's on.
Yep, car beat's all the way up.
Coming around right this time.
Okay. All right, let's do the same thing, and we'll do Bichard out to the right.
Okay.
So I'm gonna, as soon as I say recover, I'm gonna say the altitude out loud that we're at.
Okay.
And then we'll see
if it beats it.
Yeah, we'll see when, you know, when it really starts to come back up.
Okay. All right, get back up to 2,000. All right, slowing airspeed back.
Okay. Keep that VSI 0. That's your goal. So we're constantly climbing through this. I don't want to go through a climb and fall down. Just keep it at 0. OG hover. Boom. Go right into it.
Gonna lower collective, initiate descent.
Keep raising to really get that rumble.
Okay.
And then look for the trim sticks. There you go. Now we're in that. We got that downwash coming down. So let's initiate a descent.
All right, descent initiated.
There you go.
Right, there's the uncommanded already.
There it is. Yeah.
I'm gonna exacerbate it.
Okay. All right. So now just right cycle gap. Right cycle gap. So 1950, and then raise left pedal. There we go. That. Man, what was that? Like 35 feet?
Yeah. That's interesting.
So, you know,
it's probably the preferred one, like especially if you're down low.
For sure. For sure.
You know, conducting like treetop level stuff.
Yeah, because if you're coming into confined, which is where that's probably going to happen.
Right.
Right. So let's come back up to 2,000.
Climbing.
Yep. Well, let's go over towards the lake.
Over towards the lake, clear left.
All right.
We're at 2,000.
Okay. Actually, let's level out. Let's go over this way. We'll head towards. Let's see. Engine failure, engine failure, engine failure.
Right, lower.
Hang on,
right.
1 second. That's so boring. Okay, so by the third one, remember, let's demonstrate together. So I have controls.
You have controls.
Okay, so this is how it's going to go. So engine failure, engine failure, engine failure. All right, so by the third one, we're fully in. You have controls?
I have controls.
Your controls. Keep going. All right, pick your spot out. And that's your spot.
All right, I'm going to shoot for this field on our left.
Okay.
All right, steady state's good. We do have the wires.
Okay. Think we can make it over top of those?
Yeah, I think we'll make it.
It's cutting it really close, huh? You think so?
Yeah. Can stretch our glide a little bit. Initiate power recovery.
All right. Go ahead and raise collective.
Increase in collective.
There you go.
I think we would have cleared.
Yep. Just make sure that we're not reducing our speed too much, you know, trying to not hurry and get there, because then you'll come over him and then all of a sudden it'll drop out from you. So
right.
Again, so you did, for your spot picking, you picked a spot that was at the edge of your glide, and we had an obstacle right there.
And I could have done some S-turns and something closer.
Right? We were at 2,000 feet. So, you know, so remember for the entry though, I said engine failure 3 times and then you started to initiate it. So we needs to be quick. Let's practice that a couple more times.
Okay, coming around left.
All right, keep that climb going. That was an easy one, dude. We had gobs of field.
Oh, I know.
We had gobs of field. So, you know, if it's a deal where we're trying to hit like this little square right here, you know, we have to get pretty crazy with it in order to do that. Yeah, she loves the cold weather. Climbs like crazy. Climb, man. Let's get about 53. Let's go 53. Yeah, just keep going. Up to 2,000. Huber traffic helicopter 10 tail is 2 miles west, 2,000 below rapid descents, Huber. All right, let's go and level off here.
Leveling off.
Okay, keep the forward cyclic. You're slowing down, so just kind of ease that cyclic forward. Just remember, cruising speed, we need to keep that above 60. There you go. All right, engine failure, engine failure, engine failure.
Lower, right, aft, roll off, raise.
Okay, you're putting a lot of aft cyclic, and that's going to overspeed you, okay? Got to pay attention to the horizon there.
All right, 200, I'm basically going to execute a right-hand turn here into the wind.
Okay.
Shooting for 65, watching the rotor. Rotor's going to spool up in the turn. Got wires out the left low.
Watch your airspeed.
Lower and collective.
Raise it again. Forward cycle. There you go. Over. All right, roll on.
Rolling on power.
Take covers, got it. Raise collective.
Increase power.
So, you went to looking outside before the auto entry was really done, right? And what that caused to happen was this, cyclic in your chest. So, if I didn't go forward on it, we would have ran through the red line. So, you know, keep in mind those things. Get a stable auto and you know, make sure that, like, okay, the RPM's not racing through to the top, and then, you know, start to look outside.
Right.
And again, these things in this aircraft, it just reacts so freaking quick. Man, is that a controlled burn? That fire back there?
Yeah, probably. Looks like a plant or something too.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Was that a distraction?
What's that? Yeah, no, I was because I mean, I've been flying over before and seen like an RV burn on the side of the highway or something. But you know, make sure that our RPMs are going to be in a stable position, because if we look away for a second, this rotor system, you turn your back on it and it will smack you across the face, right? And, you know, especially remember in the CFI world, now the student who's even less experienced than you is definitely not going to be looking at it. So if you're trying to look for a spot too, and from the instructor standpoint, you're changing focus to where now you're literally locked onto the RPM.
Right. Something
you're telling the student not to do. Right?
I mean, get the entry stabilized, then pick your spot.
Exactly.
Generally, turning into the wind's probably a good factor, but the stable entry is key.
So what about for right here? Where would you go?
Right here, looking at a series of fields with some small lakes out the right front.
Yeah. So again, you're looking where you would, in an ideal situation, make it just for a glide, right? I want you to shift your focus. Yeah, it's okay for a little higher. Just maintain what you got, because you're descending below 2,000 feet here. Your focus should come down here, right? Because we could come off over here and hit that real easily, right? We could hit this field over here.
Yeah.
Again, I don't like getting in the habit of right here, because then it's like if there's a power line you didn't see, then now you're screwed, right? Because if I'm able to, let's say I'm going to try and hit this spot, right? As I'm coming down, I'm staying real close to it, kind of doing these S-turns slow speed, and then I can keep an eye on my spot,
right?
And my RPMs aren't going to go as crazy.
Yeah, once you've got that steady state, you've got options.
Exactly, right. And if you, at higher altitude, I like to bring my speed down to about 50 or so, and the RPMs won't react as quickly, right? And they won't speed away from me.
Okay.
Right? So like right here, where would you go?
Really, the field straight ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's near a road, which is even better because now somebody can help us, right?
I don't see any wire hazard, just a couple cattle.
Sure. Yeah, so even that strip right next to the road, when you're at altitude, it's like, why not go near a road? If I'm at 500 feet and I land in that field and I'm alive, well, that's great. If I'm at 2,000 feet and I land in that field, it's like, well, why didn't you go right here?
Well, plus, too, you got a greater chance of somebody seeing the actual incident.
Let's say you're
too.
Unconscious, right? Yeah. They can call somebody, and now you're not bleeding out in a field somewhere where nobody knows where you're at.
Right.
So, it's just one of those things to kind of think about. So, it's kind of a tricky spot. All right, engine failure.
Lower, right, aft, roll off, raise.
Okay, you're putting too much aft cyclic. Let's recover. Roll on.
Rolling on.
All right. Easy on there. Okay. So let's do an entry together here, because you're doing the low right aft roll off raise. When you raise, it comes with forward cyclic. Okay, let's get back to 60 knots. Stop our descent. Okay, so auto 3, 2, 1. Lower right aft roll off raise. So see how we're kind of get that under control.
Yeah.
If it's a little on the low side, that's okay.
I would shoot for this field up right front right here.
Okay, all right, go ahead.
Watch the rotors.
Watch RPMs and the speed. It's going to build.
A little bit in. Right next to this guy's house. Reducing collective.
All right, roll on.
Rolling on.
Hey, no. Don't ramp it over right there. Gentle pressure. All right, raise collective. There you go.
Increasing power.
So when I said roll on, I felt the throttle go like this. So I want it to be smooth, okay? Smooth.
Understood.
Just kind of, think about those things that changing your sight picture up on. I'd imagine the Army doesn't do a lot of stuff like this, right?
We do, yeah.
You do?
Yeah, the rate of descent's a lot greater. Pretty much it's whatever's out your left or right door is what you get.
Okay. Do you guys go down, how far, when do you recover?
Same. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because, a lot of these, I have a couple areas that I'm familiar with that I'll take it down, almost to a power recovery.
Okay.
But, the 500-foot hover, or the 500-foot recovery, to me, almost doesn't quite do you justice, because there's a lot of things that happen in that 500 to the ground where, you could say, oh, I'd make it, but it's like, could you stop in time before that power line, So
I've had some airplane instructors,
we'll take it right.
Clear right, turn right, that are pretty comfortable taking it pretty low. And you're like, Jesus Christ, when are you going to call it, man? But.
All right, let's head back to the airport. Stay at this altitude. Let's do a, matter of fact, since we're south, let's do 180 auto.
180, okay.
So we'll come down. We'll start to descend down about 1350 or so.
Okay.
And we'll do one. Let's start on this other side of the
left
airport.
side.
Yeah, it'll be easier to start with this one when you're going into the wind.
Okay. All right, so it looks like we're 5 miles to the south.
Okay.
Cuba traffic, helicopter 271 Sierra Hotel is 5 miles to the south, 1,800 inbound to land to 16. Hubert.
Metro Army 42, Foxtrot, Mike left 45, runway 17, Central.
We're going to maintain 70, come down to 13.
Okay. Forget car repeat prior to descent.
I was just going to say it.
Yeah, 16 inches.
That feels good now.
Yeah, it does.
Before landing, the lights, RPM, gauges are all green. Avionics are set, car repeat's on.
So what is the descent rate in y'all's autos? Is it greater than this?
Yeah.
Like what is it at?
You're like 2,500.
Oh, fuck.
It's quick. It's almost, autos, honestly, and those things are like the Kiowa or the Apache. They're like it's an emergency procedure. You're not really planning on having a successful landing because they're so goddamn heavy.
Yeah, if you're like fully battle loaded up trying to flare an auto with that's got to be a bad time.
And like, the biggest thing with the 58 or the Apache was the lowering the collective slowly and smoothly to prevent overspeed.
Overspeed, yeah. As in this one, it's like you got to get it down like rapidly.
And that shocked me because it's been beaten into me. What are you doing? Too quick.
Runway 42, Foxtrot Mike, left base 17, touch and go, center.
So 180 auto, entry will be 1300, 70 knots, be a left 180. We'll use the yellow marker on the right side of the airfield for our initiation point. Biggest thing for me is anticipating the rotor loading in the left turn, just factoring in that to prevent an overspeed.
So so unlike the autos we've been doing, the one thing we need to kind of bird up there should be no problem.
Insight.
We need to be aware of having too much outside,
right. Because that's going to spool it up even more.
Yeah, after the entry is completed.
And in my mind, I'm going to focus on a smooth entry, and then initiate the turn so I can focus on the turn. Because the entry and the turn, they're two separate
so don't
maneuvers.
be turning. Don't be turning while you're still
entering.
The lower.
Yeah, two separate things.
Yeah. So I'd say just stay over this road right here. Be a good distance. So about 70 knots, 70 to 75. A little bit above 1300.
Cuba traffic, helicopter 271 Sierra Hotel is left downwind for 16. Be simulated engine failure midfield. Hubert.
Okay, I got something on the runway there.
I see it. Probably that maintenance test flight. Looks like a 22.
Probably not. There's something else.
Left downwind 17, full stop.
It looks like a golf cart or something.
Okay.
The helicopter's on the ramp there.
Insight, yep. Looking at it, it looked like it was the tail end.
Oh, well, now it's on the grass, maybe. All right, keep your altitude. You're slowly descending right now. You need to be above 1,300 feet or you're not going to make your spot. Or if it's a mower or something.
Yeah. Do you want to do a low pass over the airfield?
No, it's fine. We can let's just make our spot just a little bit farther that way.
On the first third? Okay.
Yeah. So we'll
I'll enter approximately those two white buildings.
There you go.
7, full stop.
Oh, we're 1,300, 70?
Matter of fact, you're actually good. You can enter the normal spot. He's far enough away and he's outside of the thing.
Okay, understood.
So watch your altitude now. Come on. You need to maintain level altitude. 0 VSI. The VSI. There we go. All right. He's down there.
All right, I got my spot. Gonna enter in 3, 2, 1. Lower, right, aft, roll off, raise.
RPM build.
All right, looking for the flare.
Okay.
We're established on the touchdown point. Smooth, progressive flare. Watching the RPMs.
Got to roll on a little bit early.
Rolling on.
We're waiting way too long to roll on, but
level.
All right.
And then cushion. Terminate to a 5-foot hover.
Okay. All right. So your flare is. Let's go ahead and go on the go. We'll do. Let's do left traffic again.
Huber traffic, helicopter 271 Sierra Hotel is takeoff 16, remain left close, Huber.
Okay, and then don't forget, we need to make sure that when we're in midfield downwind or prior to saying that we're simulated engine failure and all. Did we say that? I remember that.
No, I didn't. No, okay. I got the call when we were about just crossing the departure end.
Okay, so make sure that's, because you're saying left downwind, which is correct, but you need to say simulated engine failure from the downwind or, on the ground in 30 seconds, something that lets them know we're coming in quick. On that flare, you're starting it early, and then we end up kind of, it's almost like we're using the motor to stop our descent. I want you to kind of
a little more aggressive on the flare? Progressive, but more aggressive.
Yeah, so basically, to get that more aggressive flare, just kind of check the collective up prior to flaring, and that way it's coming down, and then you can kind of flare the guts out of it, and it won't balloon you up.
Okay.
And it won't overspeed.
Understood. thought the RPM management on the way down was good.
It was good, yeah.
I'm going to extend out a little bit more, probably about this plant on our left front. Looking for 1370.
And keep in mind with the light winds, maybe even do either an easier turn or a later entry, one of the two, so that because we overshot our spot. Let's go ahead and go now. We're good. Keep the climb though.
Turning left.
Keep it tight because we're staying over the road right there.
Understood. All right, we're 1300.
Okay.
Accelerate to 70. Lights, RPM, gauges, avionics, carb heat on, please.
Okay.
Accelerate to 70. We're going to climb a little bit.
Traffic, 1 minute spare sheet drop. Salado, 1000 and below over Salado. Jumpers, 1.
All right, 1300. 70. Cuba traffic helicopter 271 Sierra Hotels left downwind for 16. Simulated engine failure midfield. Huber.
Low traffic, Mooney Delta Charlie is 5 miles to the north. Inbound, be straight in, runway 18. Full stop.
I got the yellow marker. That's my initiation point. Going to slow back slightly, a little fast, still within limits.
You're fine. Just keep it above 70. There you go.
70 to 75. All right, entering in 3, 2, 1, lower, right, aft, roll off, raise. Raising. Airspeed's looking good, got my touchdown point in sight. Reducing collective. Coming back. Airspeed and rotor, touchdown.
That collective lower, a little bit lower, there you go.
All right, here comes the flare. Flaring. Rolling on. 100% and cushion.
Alright, so be aware that you're adding a little bit. I saw the RPMs dip above the green, so that means that you're gripping too hard. Once the governor's gone, I want you to relax your grip a little bit on that throttle.
Okay.
Come in. So, alright, good. Let's do one more, except I want to be with you on the flare because we're still...
And I need to be, I think, over the road, exactly, because I'm
but that's you. You're drifting. All right. So, I'm giving you the point. All right, so let's go ahead and go on the go. Left traffic.
On the go. Takeoff's good. Huber traffic, helicopter 271 Sierra Hotels. Takeoff, runway 16, remain left close. Huber. 40 knots, climbing out.
So be aware, I felt upward pressure coming in when we were about to be out of that turn, and really you needed to lower a little bit because the RPMs were coming down, and we were about to turn out of the turn.
Which will increase.
Right, it will decrease the RPMs. When we roll out of the turn, the RPMs will decrease.
Yes.
So, we need to not be raising it, right? And then what I want you to do is, if it looks like you're going to have to turn out early, I want you to try and get wings level prior to initiating the flare.
Yep. Yeah, it just adds complexity.
Sure.
Unnecessarily.
Exactly.
All right, shooting for 1300.
Okay.
Climbing out at about 57.
All right.
All right, going to initiate my left turn. Continuing to climb.
On the go, 16, making right.
Up a road in sight, we're going to make it tight.
Okay. Yeah, because on these, just remember to keep it tight, keep it a constant turn, otherwise you'll be outside of the loop there.
Right.
So let's just change our call sign a little bit, or our call a little bit. Simulated engine failure from the downwind to let them know that we're entering it from our downwind position.
Okay, got somebody on takeoff.
Okay, no problem. He's right traffic.
Lights, RPM, gauges, carb heat, identify on, please. Up.
Okay, all right.
All right, we're 70,
Okay,
just above 1300. Huber traffic, helicopter 271 Sierra Hotel is left downwind for 16. Simulated engine failure, midfield, downwind for 16. Huber. Screwed that up.
Yeah, you're all good. Okay, just ease back on speed, just small changes to fix it. There you go. Reflect a little bit.
Through on Victor Alpha, radio checker again.
I got you, Linda Charlie.
Oh, we're stable?
Stay to the left a little bit. Remember, you're drifting right.
Yep.
Okay, we'll do
Got
some
my entry
together.
point,
Okay.
entering in 3, 2, 1, lower, right, aft, roll off, raise.
There you go. Okay, looking good. Nice and easy turn. Okay, So hold this for a little bit. Hold this. Lower collective.
Yep.
You're good. You're good.
I understand what you're saying.
Good.
Yep.
There
Now, you want to round it out.
Look at that, yeah. Looking good. Okay, so
Traffic helicopter 831.
I want to do this flare with you, so keep in mind, let's get it low. Lower a little bit, lower a little bit. Okay, now we're going to raise. You're good. Wait for it. Wait. Now flare. Roll on.
Roll on.
Okay, now Scover's got it.
Cushion.
There you go. So I like doing the flares that we're kind of like, we're nosing down and then we do this kind of deal, you know, because you're, to prevent from ballooning up, you're just arresting that heavier descent, and it's more realistic because if we didn't have the motor, that's kind of what we would want to happen. Instead of coming down through it like this,
right,
you're going to run out of collective before you even get near that thing with too much energy coming in.
Okay.
All right, let's do right traffic. Let's do a straight in auto.
Straight in. Okay. Lights, RPM, gauges are all green. Car beats off.
Stop shaking that leg.
Huber traffic, helicopter 271 Sierra Hotels, takeoff, runway 16, right close. Huber, on the go.
Okay. So the only thing about those flares, we just have to be extra cognizant about our tail, right?
Yep.
You know, as we're coming into that, but it's more of a realistic type flare. Just make sure that whenever we're doing the throttle back on recovery, it's just smooth.
Helicopter 831 Victor Alpha's right base, 16 Huber.
Yeah, I definitely feel a huge difference in these today than I did the other day. I feel like I'm in control of the RPMs.
Yeah, after
it's
those first two,
it's happening slower for me.
Yeah, after those first two, I think we got that out of the way, so just avoid that, clear right?
Clear right, turn right.
So avoid that, I don't know if our eyes are looking inside prematurely, so make sure that's like, hey, during the raise, I stay outside, and that'll kind of help keep that reference point of, they're going final right now, I got them.
Okay. All right, 1100. Actually, we're going to 1300.
No, we're doing a straight in auto.
Straight in, okay.
Yeah, just normal pattern.
Clear right, turn right.
Okay. Stop climbing. There you go.
Searching for them.
I got them right there, no problem. Just do your deal, I'll keep an eye on.
Okay, I got them inside. All right, lights, RPM, gauges, carb heat, identify up, please.
Okay, a little faster, please.
All right, 1170.
Okay.
I'll use the same touchdown point we used for the run-on.
Okay. No downwind call.
Huber traffic, helicopter 271 Sierra Hotels, right downwind for 16. Huber.
Huber traffic, helicopter 831 Victor Alpha is on the go, 16, making left post traffic, Huber.
All right, looking for this road, the meth lab here.
Okay.
It's our point to turn base. We're going to maintain our altitude and keep 70. So clear right, turn it right.
All right.
Checking final, it's clear. Huber traffic, helicopter 271 Sierra Hotel is right base, runway 16, Huber. Turn final. You got him in sights.
Yeah, he's on that one, clear.
Got him. Huber traffic, helicopter 271 Sierra Hotel is turn final, runway 16, Huber.
Oh, you forgot to say simulated engine failure, right? You gotta say that stuff. All right, so we're looking 65 indicated, 60 on the ground, only 5 knot wind. So adjust your entry point accordingly.
All right. All right, I'm going to enter in 3, 2, 1, lower, right, aft, roll off, raise.
Okay, you're holding that cyclic aft, dude. You're going to fuck yourself on that thing, okay? Keep the forward pressure, you're slowing down too much, lower collective. Now raise it a little bit before the flare. Keep the forward.
Flare.
Now flare. Easy.
Rolling on.
Okay.
And cushion.
I can even see your eyes looking at the RPM on the entry, so don't look on the RPMs until the entry's done, right? That's, you're doing the same, you're reverting to the same thing, right? Let's go again, right traffic, straight in auto.
Okay, before
once you
takeoff's
look
good.
on the horizon, on the entry because we're coming aft. Shouldn't be coming out. You know, the aft is just to keep level to overcome the nose down, right?
Huber traffic, helicopter 271 Sierra Hotel is takeoff 16, remain right close. Huber. Just 45 knots climbing.
So remember on the this is a key point of the auto, probably one of the most important parts because if he has to stop at overspeed, boom, fail, check ride's over, right? So because he's been instructed to protect our equipment, fail the student.
Understood.
You know, as a CFI, you're the only one in there protecting the equipment, right? So eyes on the horizon during the entry. I think that'll kind of, if you just keep whatever that horizon reference, I think that'll keep you from getting into that nose up attitude. Because it's fine low right aft, but you're coming too much. So maybe do half as much.
Line traffic says now 545.
I'll focus on that.
Okay. That'll be kind of the, that's our main thing that we need to work on. I think that's the only really kind of glaring issue.
Helicopter 831 Victor Office, left base 16, Huber.
Oh, they did left. Okay, I got them in sight.
Okay.
I think they might
turn
be
right.
Auto or something.
Got him in sight.
Okay.
All right, 1100. We're going to accelerate to 60 or 70. Sorry.
Okay.
We'll extend out downwind a little bit.
Sure. Yeah, we can take our time on that. Just keep it at 60, just so we don't run out their butt here.
Huber traffic, helicopter 831 Victor Alpha is on final 16 to the number, Huber.
All right, lights, RPM, gauges are all green. Carb heat, identify, on please. Up.
Okay.
Accelerate to 70. Like they're doing a shallow.
So don't get shy about the radio calls, especially when we got another helicopter in the pattern. We keep missing that midfield downwind call.
Huber traffic, helicopter 271 Sierra Hotel is right downwind for 16, Huber.
Yeah, we'll just extend that. We'll keep it inside the road there.
Understood.
60 knots, slow down.
Traffic, there's my 545 Mike. Left crosswind for runway 17, divine traffic.
We're going to turn right to base.
Okay. All right.
Final's clear.
Yeah, return to base. We're going to set up for a straight in auto.
We're taking off right now. We'll be out of your way. Huber traffic, helicopter 831 Victor Alpha is on the go. 16 making right close traffic. Huber.
Okay.
All right, hit the site.
Okay.
Final's clear.
All right.
Look at the final call. Turn and final. Huber traffic, helicopter 271 Sierra Hotel. Turn and final 16. Simulated engine failure. First, third. Huber.
Okay. All right. So we'll get that 70 knots. Got at least 1,100 feet, so we can go ahead and level out on the VSI. Okay, eyes are going to be on the horizon on the whole entry.
Got it. Yeah, definitely too focused on the RPMs.
That's it, right? So low right after roll off raise, boom, now we come in. Start the scan.
All right, we're 1170.
Okay,
Zero
so make sure we don't
VSI.
keep descending below that. There we go. So a little bit quicker too on the low right after roll off raise. A little bit faster.
Divine traffic, says now 545 Mike, turning left base for runway 17, divine traffic.
Watch your speed. There you go. Watch your speed. Okay.
Good. Gonna enter in 3, 2, 1. Lower, right, aft, roll off, raise.
There you go. Look at that.
That helped.
RPMs, airspeed outside, looking much better. Okay.
Airspeed,
Now just keep
RPM.
a little bit of forward pressure.
Touchdown.
Forward. Oh, there you go, right there. 70's fine. Lower collective. Keep it forward. You're good.
All right, looking for the flare.
Okay, now raise collective a little bit, keeping it forward. Raise collective a little bit.
Flare
Now flare.
aggressively.
There you go. Roll on.
Roll on.
There we go.
Motor's got it, and cushion.
We missed our spot a little bit, but that's how I want to do it as far as the the entry point. So that's the main deal. Keep your eyes outside. Let's back taxi over here.
Tail clear right.
Yeah, clear right. Here for traffic, Captain 10 Hotel, going to be back taxi 16 to the north end. Here.
To the approach end, that little pad.
Yeah, by the hangar there.
I'm gonna expedite my taxi.
Sure. So I think if you just keep that in mind for the entry point, eyes outside.
Yeah.
Don't focus on the
That
RPM.
helped a ton.
Yeah.
A ton.
Because, you know, I mean, that's the reason, right? And when a student does that, you know that they're not looking outside. Right. So, because, you know, as long as the attitude doesn't change much, really the RPM shouldn't change much anyway, so we don't need to watch them like a hawk so much.
Right. That was good tip.
Huber traffic, Copter 10 Hotel, we'll be clearing the active runway, staying on the west end of the north departure. Huber.
Tail clear right.
All right, yeah, clear right.
You're coming all the way around into the wind.
Yeah.
Tail's clear all the way around.
Box there. And we'll get plenty over here, just away from them.
Huber traffic, helicopter 831 Victor Alpha is on our right base, 160 right.
All right, so.
All right, we're into the wind.
Okay, just point at that airplane.
Forward landing set. Stabilized to a 1 foot hover.
Okay, that's pretty good.
I'm going to reposition my hand. It's definitely more difficult with the doors on too.
Sure.
Here. Because you reach like a limit, a physical limit.
Yeah.
All right, and the acronym here is pedal, settle, raise. And just that it's a low wind condition, we're going to know that it's probably going to settle a little faster than normal.
Okay.
All right, so I'm going to initiate in 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, well, we didn't say anything. You got to say it. You didn't say anything. You said 3, 2, 1, and then you did it. Pedal, settle, raise.
Oh, you want me to say it?
Yeah, I want you to say it. You're an instructor, right?
Yeah, I got you.
You have to say it because the student won't.
It's really quick, though. It's like pedal, settle, raise. Got it. Okay. All right, rolling up to 80.
Yeah, sorry. Your whole job is to, I mean, now you have to talk through this
to
stuff.
Teach that muscle
If we're doing a
memory,
private or commercial check ride, that's fine. But you got to say it now.
Okay. Lights, RPM, gauges, carb heat, identify off, please, down.
Lock it.
Okay.
Lock didn't work.
To override the collective assist?
That's fine.
Or carb heat assist, rather?
Yeah, carb heat assist, you got it.
All right, 4 takeoff's good, coming up.
Okay.
Focused outside, 2-step. All right, we're rated on that aircraft. Into the wind,
okay.
Forward landing set. Gonna reposition my hand. And good, stable. Initiating in 3, 2, 1. Pedal, settle, raise.
There we go. Yeah, so maybe a little bit, since we're, you know, light wind, only a foot off. Real quick, I have controls.
You have all controls.
I have controls. Maybe start raising a little bit more because we're hitting the ground with half of our collective raised,
okay.
Right? So we can make that a little smoother. Stay on here like you're flying. There you go. All right, so reposition my hand. So hover on it in 3, 2, 1. Pedal, settle, raise.
Yeah.
So see how it's like I hit the upper limit on that, right? So
you know the one thing kicking my ass on this one was eyeball controls.
Yeah, you have control.
Eyeball flight controls. Is not rolling and holding the throttle.
Yeah, because if you go to raise,
you're just jockeying with the curvator.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm going to reposition my hand real quick.
Okay.
I'm getting wrapped in my cable.
Sure. All right, let's do one more.
All right, coming up to 80.
Just like a little bit, kind of like maybe in the middle of settle, just kind of smoothly start coming up with it. We don't need to be jerky with anything, but we should almost be near the upper limit of the collective by the time we touch the ground.
Okay. Carb heat in, please. Locked.
Yeah.
Okay. Coming up. All right. Oriented into the wind. Reference point is that airplane. 1 foot hover. Reposition in my hand. And the acronym is pedal, settle, raise. So I'm going to enter in 3, 2, 1. Pedal, settle, raise.
There you go. Yeah, good. Yeah, we're being just a little jerkier than necessary with so instead of pedal, settle, raise, we can say pedal, settle, raise, and it's just kind of like smoothly coming up. So, all right, let's air taxi back to midfield.
Coming back up to 8.
Okay.
All right, governor's got it.
Okay.
4 takeoff, lights, RPM, gauges are all green. Carpet's off, picking up, and I'll get a call. Back to parking?
Yeah, back to parking.
Okay.
So you can just say we're taxiing north to south of midfield or something like that.
Huber traffic, helicopter 271 Sierra Hotel is taxiing via 16 back to Veracity parking. Huber. Clear left, finals clear.
Okay. Oh, I was starting to die in there.
Yeah, it was a little rough. Doors off, would have been.
Well, but I mean, it would have been freaking chilly up there.
You think so?
Yeah, oh yeah. It's like if it's even like halfway nice on the ground, that means you're gonna freeze your ass off up there. Especially if we're going up 2,000 feet, sticking around satellite power and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Let's go to the far pad.
Far pad. Okay.
Yeah. This one, I usually don't like to have the 44 use that pad because it tears up the handling wheels. It'll shear those pins clean off when that little concrete lip hits.
The traffic helicopter 271 Sierra Hotel is clear of 16. Here. All right, clear left, right, below.
Okay.
All right, coming down to 75.
Okay.
Throttle friction's time.
Okay, I want you to recognize that shake and shimmy in there and try to move the cyclic around. So, you know, I've noticed that throughout the flight, let's get it either above or below the yellow.
Okay.
So, below's fine for now, but...
75 is what it should be.
Yeah.
Throttle friction time.
So recognize that shimmy. So it's doing it right now, right?
Just repositioning the cyclic, yeah.
That's it.
Because it's probably hitting the blade stop.
It's not quite hitting the blade stop. It's just that it's flapping and it's causing it to vibrate like that. So, yeah, just keep it on this one. The left button is not used by us for anything. So,
okay, all right.
Right, its right button is stop, reset, start.
Got it.
Good. So yeah, after we kind of isolated the main kind of glaring issue with the autos today, you can remember that going forward. That hey, eyes outside during the first 5 steps.
That's
come back in.
all you had to say.
Sure. And then again, so it's just the flares. You know, just try and keep an eye on where your RPMs are at. Make sure that, you know, hey, if we initiate that aggressive flare at 104, I mean, we're going to damn near overspeed the thing, right? So it's just, if you're coming in like that, then just kind of prep it with a little bit of up collective, and then kind of go into it.
With the flares that you demonstrated, it was they were definitely lower, deeper, and then the throttle addition of the throttle was a little sooner than what I was doing.
Yeah,
so.
and so the reason for the sooner is because if we're going to go slower with the throttle, then we need to start it earlier, right? So it's not that we're trying to get under power sooner, it's just that we're trying to initiate that, because instead of like over the course of like a second roll on, now we're spreading out to 3 seconds, so we need to start 2 seconds earlier. You know what I'm saying? To arrive at the same place where we're married up in the green. That's a two-part thing. For one, it prevents us from death gripping and rolling it up and overspeeding it, but it lets me know that you as the student are thinking about the throttle, right? Because if the throttle's not moving, I'm like, is he going to roll on or not? And then we both go, oh shit, and then we both roll on, then it's like overspeed. So, again, it's just one of those deals that you're balancing realism with protecting equipment and you know, keeping your job.
Yeah.
You know, we had a during our safety meeting, I kind of briefed the guys on what an overspeed actually cost in this thing, and it's about $20,000.
I mean, you got to pull it, pack it, send it over to Robinson,
and so that
full inspection.
That doesn't include downtime for, you know, a month that an aircraft's not flying.
Or lost revenue.
We're paying insurance on it, right, every day.
Yeah.
You know, can't fly it. So, and then the pain in the ass factor, right, being down a bird. So
it could be instead of PVC pipes, it could be a static trainer.
There you go. You know, so it's just one of those deals. It's like, hey, you know, keep that stuff in mind. That I mean, I think the last overspeed, Derek like busted his ass working all weekend in a deal, and so he basically did that job, you know, for free.
Right. Yeah,
Yeah, with our profit margin on the R22 one overspeed, well, basically somebody could come in and get their private instrument and commercial rating, and we don't make any profit off of that.
Wow.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
Wow.
So,
what's the dollar cost?
For
to reinspect the engine or repair.
So I mean, like I said, it's 16 grand just in like parts and labor.
Wow.
For that. So all right.
All right, we're 3 minute cooldown. They're all going close.
All right.
Let's switch disengaging. And we're waiting 30 seconds. We'll do it at 45 or 40. And we'll pull the mixture. Try to pull the mixture. Ignition off. And alternator.
So much for